You're waiting for the day when you don't care anymore. When thinking about them doesn't make your stomach turn. When their name doesn't make your heart race. When you can remember what happened without feeling that familiar mix of anger and pain and confusion. You're waiting for indifference. For the blessed relief of simply not caring. And you're wondering why it hasn't come yet. You've been told that indifference is the opposite of love. That it's the final stage of healing from narcissistic abuse. That once you reach indifference, you'll know you're truly free. So you're waiting for it to arrive. All at once. Like flipping a switch. One day you'll wake up and just won't care anymore. Right? Except it doesn't work that way. And I need you to understand why. Because waiting for complete indifference to suddenly appear is setting yourself up for disappointment. For feeling like you're failing at healing. For thinking something's wrong with you because you still have reactions to what happened. Indifference doesn't come all at once. It comes in layers. In moments. In small victories you might not even recognize as progress. It's not a destination you arrive at. It's a gradual shift that happens so slowly you barely notice it's happening until one day you look back and realize how far you've come. Here's what that looks like. At first, you think about them constantly. They consume your thoughts. You replay conversations. You try to make sense of what happened. You analyze every interaction. They're the first thing you think about in the morning and the last thing at night. That's the beginning. That's normal. That's your brain trying to process trauma. Then one day, you realize you went a whole hour without thinking about them. Just 1 hour. And that feels like a miracle. That's the first layer of indifference. Not complete freedom. Just a brief reprieve. And it counts. It matters. It's progress. Later, you find yourself thinking about them, but without the same intensity. The thoughts are there, but they don't consume you. They don't ruin your whole day anymore. You can think about what happened and then move on to something else. That's another layer. Not indifference yet, but less suffering. And that's something. Eventually, you stop caring what they think about you. You stop imagining what they're saying about you. You stop trying to prove to them or anyone else what really happened. Their opinion of you stops mattering. That's a huge layer. But you might still care about what happened. Still feel angry about the injustice. Still hurt from the damage they caused. And that's okay. You're allowed to care about your own pain even when you stop caring about their perspective. Over time, you stop checking on them. Stop looking at their social media. Stop asking mutual friends about them. Stop keeping tabs on their life. You genuinely don't need to know anymore. That's progress. That's a form of indifference. But you might still feel something when their name comes up unexpectedly. And that doesn't mean you've gone backward. It just means you're human. Here's why complete indifference is so hard to reach. They didn't just hurt you. They changed you. They altered how you see yourself, how you trust, how you relate to others. They left an imprint on you. And you can heal from that. You can recover. You can rebuild. But pretending they had no impact, that you feel nothing about what happened, that's not healing. That's denial. Real indifference isn't feeling nothing. It's feeling appropriate things in appropriate amounts for appropriate durations. It's being able to acknowledge what happened without being consumed by it. It's caring about your own healing more than you care about them. It's the reactions getting smaller, quieter, less frequent. Until one day you realize you haven't thought about them in weeks. And even that realization doesn't carry much weight. You might never reach complete indifference. You might always have some feeling about what happened. And that's okay. Because the goal isn't to feel nothing. The goal is to feel free. Free to live your life without them taking up space in your head. Free to make decisions without their voice influencing you. Free to trust yourself again. Free to be who you are without their programming running in the background. So stop waiting for indifference to arrive like a lightning bolt. Stop measuring your healing by whether you've achieved complete emotional neutrality. That's not realistic. That's not how trauma recovery works. Instead, notice the small shifts, the moments when they mattered less, the days when you forgot they existed, the times when you chose yourself over ruminating about them. Those moments are indifference growing, slowly, quietly, in layers, and every layer counts. Every moment of freedom counts. Every time you choose to focus on your life instead of their impact, you're building indifference, piece by piece, day by day. And here's something important. You're allowed to still care about what happened while being indifferent to them as a person. You're allowed to be angry about abuse, to grieve what was taken from you, to feel the impact of trauma. None of that means you haven't reached indifference. It means you're being honest about your experience, and that's actually more powerful than pretending you feel nothing. True indifference is quiet. It's not something you announce or prove. It's something you live. It's the day you realize you made a major life decision without considering what they would think. It's catching yourself laughing freely without that familiar guilt. It's telling your story without the emotional charge it used to carry. It's being able to say their name without your nervous system activating. It's waking up and realizing you're building a life they have no part in. Not because you're trying to prove something. Not because you're running from them. But because you're simply living. Moving forward. Creating something new. And they're just not relevant anymore. That's indifference. And it comes gradually. In waves. In layers. Through consistent healing work. Through choosing yourself again and again. Through building a life that's so full of genuine peace that there's simply no room left for them. So be patient with yourself. Stop waiting for the finish line. Stop judging yourself for still having feelings. Start noticing the progress you're actually making. The small freedoms. The quiet victories. The moments when they matter less than they used to. You're getting there. Layer by layer. Moment by moment. And one day, you'll look back and realize that somewhere along the way, without even noticing exactly when, you became indifferent. Not all at once, but completely nonetheless. Keep going. You're doing better than you think. Thank you for being here, for giving yourself permission to heal at your own pace. Subscribe to Soft Words for hard days for more support on your healing journey.